For number 4, if you notice, well, if I divide 125 by 25, I get 5. And what I need is to get repeated of the smaller base. What does that mean? That means that I'm going to have to factor both the 25 and the 125 because I cannot just divide it by the smaller base. So in here, we will have to do prime factorization. 25 is 5 times 5, and so 125 is 5 to the third power. I rewrite this in here. So 1 over, all I did was to factor this. So I'll just replace it with 5 to the third power, or 5 cubed. 5 cubed. Instead of 125, 5 cubed. The rest we just bring down the way it is. And on the other side, again, because we could not divide 125 by 25 and get more 25s, we have to factor this side as well. So it's going to be 5 times 5. And so in here, that means 5 squared. Replace 25, right? We're just replacing 25 by 5 squared. And because we already have something in there, we put it between parentheses and bring down that exponent that was there before. Now on each side, what we need to do is multiply. However, when we multiply exponents, because it's a power raised to another power, we need to check if there is addition or subtraction. That means that we have to do distributive property because there are two terms in here. Okay, so bring down the base, which is 5. 2 times 6x is 12x. 2 times negative 45 is negative 90. Again, that was distributive property. Why? Because we have addition or subtraction, okay? On the other side, we have to bring that up so that we have the same base, not in fraction form, but rather the base 5 so that we can have the same as this one. Now, remember, when we have that in the denominator, if we bring it up to the numerator, that 3 becomes negative 3. Bring down what we have already. So negative 3x. And we have to multiply this. In here, we don't have addition or subtraction in the middle, so it's just multiplying the two exponents. Bring this down. 5 to the 12x minus 90 exponent. Bring down the 5. Negative 3 times negative 3x is positive 9x. Now we have the same base. If we have the same base, what can we do? We can create our exponential equation. So 12x minus 90 equals 9x. The easiest way to cancel now, instead of canceling the 9 here and the constant here, is easier to just bring the 12x to the right side. Since we're adding, because it's positive, it's adding, so the opposite is to subtract. And what we get is negative 90 equals, if you remember, same signs we add, different signs we subtract, and leave the greater sign. So since it's different signs, a positive and a negative, we subtract. 12 minus 9 is 3. And bring down the x. And we keep the greater sign. The greater number is 12, so we put negative. Finally, this is multiplication. The opposite of multiplication is division. We divide. And remember, in multiplication or division, we take the sign. We keep the same sign, okay? This cancels and you get x equals negative divided by negative, positive. 90 divided by 3 is 30. So x is 30. Again, for the checkup test, we're going to use the second step. So we're going to go here. Okay. We said that x is 30, so we're going to replace x with that 30. So it's 5 to the second power, all raised to the 6 times 30 minus 45. Is it equal to 1 over 5 to the third power, all to the negative 3 times x, but we know that x is 30. We bring down the 5 to the second power. Let's get all of these together at the same time. So 6 times 30, that's 180. 180 minus 45, that's 135. Is it equal to, let's see, why don't we bring this up? And so we will have 5 to the negative third times, let's multiply this at the same time as well. Negative 3 times 30 is negative 90. And now we can multiply each pair of power raised to another power. Keep the 5. 2 times 135 is 270. On the other side, we keep the base. Negative times negative is positive. 3 times 90 is 270. So as you can see, they are the same, and we say check. With this, you're now able to work on exponential equations when we have the base as a proper fraction, meaning that you're going to end up with a negative exponent from that fraction. If you can please support our channel by giving us a thumbs up, by subscribing in here. This will be the link to the entire unit, and here you will find the next lesson. Now you're able to practice on your own and have fun.